Greetings, fellow environmentalists, mindset changers, and ecologists. For some very weird reason, there is this growing belief that the tourism sector is more dependent on infrastructure than it is on wildlife and ecosystems. It's sad to learn that there are people that actually think it's okay for wildlife to be displaced because wildlife is not as important as the jobs being created in the tourism sector by the opening of grand five-star hotels. The truth is actually quite the contrary. The jobs we have in the tourism sector are actually dependent on the wildlife and the ecosystems. The tourists that come into Zambia come in to view our unique wildlife variety. They come in to view our unique rivers, waterfalls, ecosystems. That's what they come here to appreciate. They come to Zambia to enjoy our unique culture and tradition, which you won't find anywhere else in the world. That is our number one drawing card. That's what brings tourists here to Zambia. So the idea that fancy hotels are the reason why tourists come to Zambia and we should not care about protecting the wildlife corridors or the national parks or the game management areas is absolutely absurd. It's absurd. Our priority is supposed to be to protect the wildlife. And it is for this reason that we should stand against mining in national parks. It's for this reason that we should stand against the building of infrastructure along elephant corridors. It is for this reason that we should stand against expansion of developmental activity in protected areas. It is for this reason that we should stand against the putting up of fences in wildlife corridors. Because if the wildlife runs out of space, they'll move into the settlements where people are, and you'll have an increase in the human-wildlife conflict. That means more people dying. That means more wildlife dying. No one wins with human-wildlife conflict. So let's make it a number one priority as a country that is transitioning into a green economy to protect our wildlife, to protect our ecosystems, to protect our national parks, our forests, to protect our wetlands. We need those because they are treasures for our country. They are spaces where our wildlife dwells. They are habitats for our precious wildlife. Our country has been predominantly dependent on the mining sector, but the mining sector will not exist forever because the minerals are a diminishing asset, a diminishing resource. When we promote tourism, we are promoting an industry that can exist forever because as long as it is eco-friendly, that sector will always be there. Animals will always be there as long as we take care of their ecosystems and the animals themselves. The force will always be there as long as we take care of our water catchment areas and our rivers. So tourism is the way to go. It's the future. And it's an industry that has so much potential to expand and generate even more forex for us. So let's try and see how best we can promote tourism for our country. Thank you so much for listening.